Welcome to Foster PD, a place where you are loved, accepted, and empowered to become your best self. My name is Stu Foster, and I believe that all of us have unique skills, talents, gifts, and abilities that this world truly needs. The problem is that many of us lack purposeful development of our mindset to reach our full potential. Although I'm now 33 years of age, married with kids, a vegan, Christian, EMT, police officer, public speaker, I used to be much different. I used to be very shy, lacked self-confidence. I used to be ashamed that I was raised on government assistance. I remember when I was in 10th grade, I got to a point where I said, I want to be different. I was very shy, I was timid, I always had closed body posture, didn't really talk to many people. But I remember getting to a point that I wanted to change. And I said, you know what, I don't want to be this way anymore. And it wasn't because I wanted to fit in with a particular crowd, but I realized that who I was being, the way I was showing up in the world, was not who I was destined to be. And so I got this book. It was called Life Strategies for Teens. I got it from Barnes & Noble. And I read this book from cover to cover. And I loved every bit of it. It talked about how to build self-confidence. And I also started studying body language, how to have more open body posture, how we communicate so much by the way we show up in the world. Not always with what we say, but body language, how we hold our bodies, our facial expressions, all these things I started studying. When I started actually taking action on these things that I was learning, it was amazing how people interacted with me differently. People used to think I was a new student. I remember hearing people talk, like, oh, who's that guy? And I've been here all along. But I started to show up in the world differently. The way that you are now, where you were raised, the place that you grew up in, whether you're on government assistance or not, you don't have to stay that way. The two mindsets when we think about growth is the fixed mindset is when someone has a mindset where they're like, I'm born a certain way, this is the only skills and talents I have. It's just you either have it or you don't. You can't learn anything new. What's that saying they say? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. We're not dogs for one. Hopefully you're not a dog. If you are, thanks for watching my channel. You can foster purposeful development also, I guess. But no, you can change. Right, so that fixed mindset is if you try something, you fail, you're a failure. You shouldn't try anything new. All those types of things. Growth mindset, on the other hand, is what you are destined for. This is the secret that they don't tell us about having a growth mindset. Studies show now that people can learn continuously, and you continuously change. Having a growth mindset is understanding that you don't know everything. That you can learn new. I had a little twang there. You can learn everything. That you can learn everything. You can grow. You can change. That you don't have to be how you are today. If there's something you want to acquire, some different skill, you can obtain it. It's a process, right? When you want to learn something new, here's the thing: you have to be a good receptor of feedback. Negative feedback, positive feedback, just feedback in general, and to show appreciation for it. Hear it out. Listen to it. Some people may say things to you that seem super negative, like they're trying to crush you, but there may be something in there that you can take from that and say, oh, you know what, actually I can improve in that area of my life. And that's really what the growth mindset is about. If there's something you want to go for, let me tell you, there have been things over my life, looking over my life now, of being an instructor, working for a college, teaching doctors and nurses, being an evaluator for EMT test sites, checking people off, to see if they have what it takes to actually be certified as an EMT in Virginia. It's amazing. I never would have thought this. I'll share some video of me, just how my days will go, a little bit about my life and my family, my job, things of that nature, but also some structured things on how you can implement things that I've used, that I think, things that I've learned, that I've implemented, that have helped me, things also that I'm really just still trying to work on, and really fully being the person I'm supposed to be. So many times we tend to, or I can just talk for myself, I tend to sometimes focus too much on other people's perspectives of me or opinions of me, whether it be positive or negative. So one of the biggest things I'm focused on now is not being so receptive or so focused on what someone else may think of me. I love people. I love everyone. The biggest thing about life is to understand we can grow, we can change. People want to be loved and accepted. I remember growing up, I'm 3 years old, I had this dream that I wanted to be a police officer or a firefighter or EMT, but police officer is what I wanted to be. And growing up, Did every single person say, oh great, go do that, you'll be great? No way. But for me, I realized this is what I want. I'm going to do this regardless of what anyone else thinks. Now, I had a lot of family support. No one in my family ever told me, no, don't ever do that, or bash the police or anything like that. But obviously they said, oh, you should do, something that's a little more safer and all these types of things. But I had this in my mind. It was like a calling. And I went for it. Obviously I wasn't old enough at 3 years old, but there are strategic things that I did, like started working at 14 as a sales associate for Radio Shack. At 14. Started getting interaction and people skills. At 14, I also started with the fire department, James City County Fire Department, as a fire department explorer. Started learning about public safety. At the age of 16, I actually got my EMT certification and served with Avenue Volunteer Fire and Rescue. And it's amazing to see the journey of life and how things can change. Now, I am far from perfect, so please don't think I'm trying to say anything like that. I didn't even realize I could get a work permit and start working at 14 until the employer said, hey, you can actually get a work permit and start working here. I had no idea. It was amazing as I look back over it now. It's like, wow, I was 17 and I'm opening and closing a store by myself. I don't know if that was legal or not, but it was amazing to see that they had so much faith or trust in me to be able to do that at 17 years of age. Again, it circles back to having a dream, focusing on what you want, understanding and realizing. This is something that I picked up on later in life. I wasn't 17, but that you are so unique. And there's often many times in my life where I have felt like I was a loner. I felt like no one noticed me. I felt like, why am I here? I wanted to run away. More specifically, I remember in college. And being in college freshman year, first semester, and just trying to get friends and just interact with people. And I just didn't feel like I was really finding that group that I fit in with. And I felt like I was all alone on this campus of thousands of people. I'd go to class, and I'd come straight back to my room, and I remember laying in my bed, and I remember also when I got to a point, and I started thinking, and I was praying, and I was crying, and I was praying, and wanted life to be different. I'm like, why? I don't want to go through this. Why am I here? I should just leave school and just quit. But I didn't. This message came to mind. I remember a pastor saying something that sometimes God will put us into a place to where there's no one else to turn to but God. And it was at that moment that I started to self-evaluate myself. And I said, what is it about my life right now that is different than how it used to be before I went to college? What about my life right now do I need to make a change in? What is God trying to tell me? And I started to work through those things. And I remember a few weeks later, someone actually messaged me and reached out to me randomly. It was amazing. Yeah, I say random, but I think it was God inspired. Someone reached out to me and said, hey, we're starting an all guys Bible study and just want to invite you to see if you wanted to come. And when I read that, it was amazing because it was exactly what I needed at the exact time that I needed it. And I don't know if things like that have happened for you or to you before. Some people call them coincidences, Holy Spirit, God, divine things, God inspired, whatever it may be. But it was amazing that happened. When I think back on that, now I think about this gentleman who invited me. What if he got this idea to invite me and said, nah, he probably won't want to come anyways. What if he had just done that and I never was invited to that Bible study? How might my life be different? I don't know. I say this to say is you are so unique. You've got skills, gifts, talents, abilities. You have a unique perspective on this world that no one else has. There are things in this world that you and only you are supposed to fulfill. And the biggest thing is we have to get to the point where we can have purposeful development of our mindset so that we can go out and achieve the level of success that we need to achieve. Let me tell you something. I just heard someone say this. I can't remember who it was. It was a video I was watching. And it hit me. It was like they said, you are obligated to be successful. You are obligated to be successful. We need you. And that might sound weird, but we need you. We need your skills, your talents, your abilities. We're all interconnected. Not every single person is in the same career field. Not every single person is speaking to a camera. That's okay. Do what's comfortable for you. But remember that growth mindset and stretching and growing. Don't stop with comfort. Don't stop with comfort. Because that next step to where you want to go, that career maybe that you want, that relationship that you're desiring, it's going to be right outside your comfort zone. And to building confidence and building that positive mindset so you can go out and achieve what you actually want, it's going to take you stepping out and pushing through that fear of judgment, that negative self-talk, those limiting beliefs that you have. Yeah, you have them, I have them, we all tend to have them. But it's about understanding and realizing we have them and then pushing through those things, making conscious decisions on what you actually want. 3 things I'll leave you with here is this. What do you actually want out of life? Do you know what you want? Many people run away from pain. They say, I don't want to deal with this. They run away from home. They run away from relationships. What do you want, though? Let's focus on what you want. What do you desire? What do you want? Know that. And believe, once you know what it is, start visualizing yourself obtaining it. Start visualizing yourself living in that way right now. How would it feel? What would it look like? Seeing that car, that house, that spouse that you have been dreaming of, what does that look like and what does that feel like? And then lastly, how can you take action? Just a teeny weeny step. Can you see how small it is? That's not even a step, that's like a small step. A teeny weeny step, right? What can you do to take action today? Right? Once you know what you want, believe it, take action so you can achieve it. I don't know what exactly it is that brought you to this channel. Again, I believe that things happen for a purpose. And I believe that you are here for a purpose. In this world for a purpose, and watching this video for a purpose. I want you to know that I love you. And that I want you to be the person that you truly desire to be. That God has desires you to be. You're made for a purpose. Let's be fosterful and foster purposeful development together. Thanks for joining. Why did I just do that? See you later.